Sharpen your finest pitchforks and grab a fistful of garbage, but leave your poops at home, because this episode, Kristin is laying down the warm, vague facts on composting. And while she may not be an expert just yet, she knows for a fact that poops do not go in there, so stop asking. Plus, Grace has a pocket full of worms and is a cheese girl through and through. Kristin shares a milk secret she's not actually sorry about. And we both stay true to our life motto, start low, stay low, as we derail the conversation time and time again to bicker about crayons, feet, and everything in between. Much like this episode, composting can be a fetid and time-consuming undertaking for the ADHD brain. But someone's got to put bugs on the table, as they say. So come give composting a try. We can't promise it'll be worth it, but we can tell you for sure that you need to keep your poops where they belong. We cannot reiterate that enough.
They said that we'd grow out of it. Well, the joke's on them, that's just our brains. We're eccentric, loud, and stubborn, and most of our clothing is covered in stains. It's not a deficit of attention, there's just too much to think about. So if executive dysfunction becomes a little too much, if you forgot why you came in this room, or you're hypersensitive to touch, then put on your seamless socks and come join our little flock. Bitches stimming together, we're weirds of a feather, weirds of a feather. Ah! Caw-caw! Ah!
Oh, good. I'm glad you get to hear that over and over again until you delete it.
Yep. Yeah, I was kind of trying to do a little, I guess, song there, and you're just going for, I guess, toneless.
Yeah.
Toneless
That's my nickname. Toneless. Kristin.
Toneless Kristin.
Yeah. Kristin the Toneless. That would be like my medieval knight name.
Kristin the Toneless?
Yeah.
Kristin the Toeless.
Oh, I have my toes.
I feel like you need to tell that story about your toes someday.
No.
If you're comfortable.
Because feet are weird. Can't.
What?
I hate feet.
You're just talking about a podiatry list.
Yeah, I know. You want to know why? Out of spite. Because I hate feet so much.
Well, I feel like just talking about what happened with your toes is not the same thing as having to
I hate feet so much.
Touch someone else's feet. Can I talk about your toes?
No.
What if you're out of the room?
Absolutely not.
I'll just record it by myself and add it in. Welcome to Weirds of a Feather, an ADHD-Adjacent podcast. I'm your host, Grace.
And I'm your host, Kristin.
That's where
Is that how we're starting? With
the toes?
Yeah, I know. Can we not talk about... This is not a foot podcast, and I've made that clear from the beginning.
But I can't even... you don't even want me to open with just me hinting at a story about your toes? I think it's a good opener.
I think we're going to get a lot of emails about what's going on with the toes.
And they're going to demand to hear about the toes, and then I'm going to have to tell it.
No, I can't. If there's one thing I hate more than anything in this world, it's capitalism. But after that...
It's toes or feet?
It's feet. I hate feet because feet are gross. They look like they're not even supposed to belong on a human. Why are they shaped like that?
But... I don't know. It's the most aerodynamic.
They're not aerodynamic. They're not even solid. I feel like they should be rounder.
I feel like they should be more square. Let's debate. But before we do that,
yeah, no, this is the episode today. We're talking about what shape should your feet be,
and what shape should they not be.
They shouldn't be feet shaped.
Let's think of other shapes feet can be.
And there's so many things that can go wrong with your feet, and then people just.
See, you're talking about this now, and now we're going to have no context for this conversation unless I open the show with our conversation about me hinting at your toe story.
You can hint, but there'll be no further discussion.
All right. Sorry, guys. This is redacted information, and you can't know about it.
Redact it.
This is the only real secret we have from you. This is the only one.
I hate feet so much. I hate looking at feet. I hate touching feet, and that's 50% of my job is feeling for pedal pulses.
I feel like you're in the wrong profession. Maybe you should have gone into a job that involves
vascular
feet so much.
surgery, but I really don't like feet.
Well, you don't get the vascular surgery without the feet. That's just part of the deal.
I know. You know what? There's no perfect job.
What about removing people's feet?
We do that too.
And do you like that part of it? Or you're like, see ya. Get this foot out of my sight.
I feel bad saying
Take
this.
a man's feet.
I do. So technically, in vascular surgery, an amputation is viewed as a failure because it means that all of the vascular surgery, the bypasses, the angios, the stents, the whatever, have failed, and for whatever reason, and now this is like the final solution, right?
I wouldn't use that phrasing.
Yeah, not the final solution, but it is the.
Let's not call it the final solution.
Yeah, it is. But it is like the last thing you can do, right? So, and it's seen as a failure. However,
I think it's a win if you got a rotten foot. Take that baby.
Yeah, but if you have like a foot with limited blood supply and you do all these like 6-8 hour surgeries to increase the blood supply.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying at that point, well, yeah, I can see how it wouldn't be labeled.
So I get, coming from a surgeon's point of view, that I see how this is a failure. However, it's so satisfying
to see that foot go.
To just, well, when you've done, 6 months of wound care and the patient's in pain and you see this coming, and maybe their A1C is 12, maybe it's 8, it doesn't matter. Maybe they're still smoking, maybe they're not, it doesn't matter. You've done all this work, you see that they're suffering, and then and now the foot is gone. And yes, there's probably further wound care and other struggles, and then it's a life-changing thing because now you have no leg or foot. I can see both ways. I do enjoy the act itself. The actual surgery, I think, is very satisfying.
All right, Kristin, enough with the feet. You're always talking about feet, and we
feet,
can't always open the show like this.
We only amputate when we have to, not because we want to.
I gotcha. I'm not worried about you going around stealing people's feet
because
you can't stand the sight.
I hate these feet. They're coming with me.
Take them all.
If I was ever a supervillain.
The foot burglar.
Yeah.
All right. And on that interesting opener.
Welcome to Weirds of a Feather, an ADHD-Adjacent.
I already said that.
Oh, fuck. Heavy on the adjacent today.
Remember, you said we can't open the show talking about feet, and then you went on to talk about feet a bunch.
Well, because you asked me a very good question about feet, and I didn't want to come off as if someone I don't like feet.
All right. Yep. Okay. I got you.
I just want to say I like my job.
Please don't take it from me.
Please don't fire me. I have 3 cats to feed.
But if you're wondering about where all those missing feet are going, you might want to take a look in Kristin's locker. She's smuggling them.
They're not there.
The foot smuggler is abound. All right, Kristin, shall we mosey on in? Maybe we'll do a little palate cleanser transition.
Yeah.
From that?
Can we please, anything to get away from the feet?
Okay. How shall we transition?
Well,
clip, clop, clip, clop.
Still feet-based.
I'm walking barefoot down the hallway.
I hate this so
clop,
much.
Clip, clop.
We could have done
I'm
anything,
here.
and you chose with the feet.
Now my feet are wet, and I'm running down the hallway. All right. I'm glad we did that palate cleanser. Welcome back from that transition. Shall we mosey our way into This Is Who I Am Now?
Yes.
All right. Sweet.
God, yes.
We really started this episode off on a good foot.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm going to be a Christopher this whole episode. God damn it.
Yeah, you are. Oh, I can see this from a mile away.
Song?
Oh.
I think we've been playing Enya's song, but I kind of want to sing it today because I think we need a for real palate cleanser.
We do need a for real palate cleanser.
Yeah,
I'm gagging.
That other one was kind of a little jokey joke.
This time it's different. Everything has changed. This is who I am now.
This is who I am now. And close.
Nailed it.
We crushed that.
Crush that.
Yep.
If your ears aren't bleeding, Grace.
Yeah.
Who are you now?
I am a bird woman.
Ah,
but really,
so you've grown feathers.
Yes, I'm a large bird
and
woman.
A beak.
Yep.
You only eat mealworms.
No, I wish. I unfortunately am still a human woman.
Still eating real food.
Yep. Not onto worms yet, but one day. I am not in a physical bird who is a woman, I'm a woman who feeds the birds, and now they come to my home and look for peanuts. I've been feeding the blue jays in my neighborhood for the last like month, and now they come to my house every single day, and they like stand on my little post outside the window, and they used to like caw and caw until I would come out and leave some peanuts on the rail for them, which I looked it up. It's okay to do, and they love peanuts, and they can easily crush them, and we're not their only source of foods. They're not relying on us for food.
Also, you're in a very like suburban area.
Yes. Yeah.
They're probably getting most of their food, from bird feeders.
Yeah. But they also eat a lot of like bugs and crickets and stuff.
Oh.
But so they used to like, one would land there and then caw at me and then I come out. But now he just lands there and then he knows that I'm going to see him. And then I come out and I put peanuts on the rail. And it's nice that they come by my home every day looking for me.
Cute.
Yeah, I know it's just because they want the food. But I like to think it's about me as well.
Yeah.
Like maybe they like my personality a little, you know? Maybe they think I'm like cool or whatever.
Really?
Anyway,
she's
Kristin,
not your regular Grace. She's a cool Grace.
Yeah. Who are you now, Kristin? Who are you now?
I am a Candy Crusher, and I know I'm about 10 years too late.
So topical, Candy Crush.
This is every trend. I'm like way behind.
You're up on tech.
I was having I'll call it a low dopamine day. I was really struggling, and then I just needed some sort of game, and I don't know, did I texted you?
Yeah. And you said, what's the whole deal with Candy Crush?
And you said download it, and I did, and boy did I.
That was a mistake, but you came to me because you knew I would give you permission. Yeah. And that's on you. So yeah. I've been playing Candy Crush for like 6 years now. It's my very like just mindless zone out game. Yeah. But I kind of forgot just how addicting it was when I first started playing it 6 years ago. So I mean,
I'm fully addicted.
But also there was no stopping you.
No, I was going to download it anyway. Yeah. I think I downloaded it and then I asked you about it.
That sounds about right. What level are you on?
So this is day number 4.
Yep.
Friday.
You were playing it earlier while we were trying to write our script.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, day number 4. If you count Friday as a whole day.
I always do.
3.5, technically. I think I'm on 71.
Wow. Holy shit. That's pretty far for 4 days.
Yeah.
You're cruising.
I'm cruising. I am very much stuck on level 71, and I've put no money into it.
Good job. That's an accomplishment.
I get kicked out regularly because I don't put the money in, and they're like, put more money in to play.
Once you start, you wouldn't stop. It's a bad habit.
Yeah, so I know. So that was my rule.
Boundary that you set for yourself.
Rule, and I plan to follow it.
Nice. Well, that's who you are now. Congratulations.
Yeah. Fuck. Itchy eyes.
Itchy eyes.
I'm crushing it. Candy Crush, except for level 71 is really difficult.
You're Candy Crushing
when you don't buy the things that make it not difficult.
You'll get there one day.
This is what happens. It's like every 10-ish levels, like I cruise through and I get to 1 and I'm stuck forever, and then I zip through the next like 4 or 5 or 10.
That's how they get you.
And I'm like, I'm really good at this, and then I get to that 1 and I'm like, I hate this.
And then you work really hard and you get past it, and then you're proud of yourself, and then they reward you and keep you coming back by giving you some easier ones.
Addicting.
It's all psychological.
It is.
All right, rip that zoo.
I gotta warm up. I haven't zooed in a while.
I know. It has been a while.
Every episode, every time we zoo, but it's because it's been a while.
You need to practice more.
I know.
Play at home.
That's what I was just about to say that.
You want me to make you a practice schedule like I used to have to do with violin?
I would burn an hour
of kazoo a day, Kristin.
Oh my God, Christopher would kill.
Can you imagine?
He would never leave the basement. He barely does now.
Yeah,
just to get like sustenance.
He would move down there. Stompy.
Hold on. Sorry, I started too low.
Yeah, it was really low.
Oh, you couldn't hit that baritone.
No, I got it. Let's do it. Let's go low.
Oh, you want to go?
Because then I don't have to end high.
Yeah. Okay, so start low,
start
stay
low. Yeah.
Start low, stay low.
Yep.
Our life motto
for everything. Yep. You got it.
Just gotta get all the smiles out.
Get your giggles out. I thought you were doing the intro note. Oh. Sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. All right, we'll just start it. We don't have to do it. Intro
note.
Intro note. Some people call me Spacey, some people call me Fun, but I'm just quirky.
It's our worst one yet.
Yeah, I don't know about that. There's a lot of competition. Oh man.
Quirks.
That's a great one. Yeah, you got them?
I got them.
All right.
You want to hear about them or you want to go first?
I want you to go first.
Okay.
Let them rip.
Number one.
Yeah.
I don't like washing my hair.
Yeah.
It's a process, especially if I want to wear it curly. My God.
My God.
So I wait as long as possible to wash it. And you know, I spend a lot of my time at work. And if it looks really gross, some days I'll go to the locker room and I go, whoa, woof. And then I just put I have all these little surgical scrub hats. And so I just put a little scrub hat on.
Perfect.
No one knows.
Life hack.
Put
a little scrub hat on, even if you don't work in the OR.
Right. I'm not even scrubbing in, and people will be like, "Oh, what cases did you do today?" And I'll be like,
No, Missy, go away. No. Go find your father.
Oh, it's the kazoo. She hates the kazoo.
A little late.
It's all done.
Someone's got an auditory processing disorder. Bye.
Okay.
See ya.
Yeah. People will be like, "So, like, what cases have you done?" And I'll be like, a few cases.
Say confidential.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't want to.
Don't violate HIPAA.
Yeah. What room are you in? One of them. I'm in there.
All right. I think that's a good life hack.
Yeah, it is it's nice.
Yeah.
So now I'm like down to twice a week, which is not enough.
I think it's just right.
Right.
Yep.
Number 2.
Yep.
Love the smell of tires.
Weird.
Hate the smell of crayons.
Interesting.
Not crayons, but crayons. And you can fight me on this.
Crayons.
Crayons.
It's one syllable.
No. I looked it up in the dictionary.
I don't give a fuck what the dictionary says.
Oh, okay. Since when?
Okay.
Your speech
because
pathologist.
Yeah.
You've got to get the pronunciation right.
No, I've actually kind of been doing a lot of learning and unlearning about grammar and how strictly adhering.
Yeah, we used to call you Grammar Grace.
Yeah, strictly adhering to the set of grammar rules is based on white supremacy, essentially. Gonna bring it on back to white supremacy, as you guys always love. It has to do with perfectionism and saying that the way that we speak is like the correct way, quote unquote, But anyways,
I just don't know how you can look at that word and get crayons.
Because that's how I've always said it, and other people agree with me. Crayons. This is definitely a poll question.
Question.
If you say crayons,
poll question. Do you say crayons or crayons?
That's not our poll question.
When you're talking about waxy coloring things.
What if we go like poll? How about that?
How about poll question? Poll question.
There you go. All right, I like the silly voice.
Poll question.
I'll go like,
yeah, I like that.
What was the poll question? Oh, fucking crayons versus crayons.
When you're talking about waxy coloring substance, and it's not even like,
is it crayons or is it crayons? Which one?
No, it's crayons. It's a 2 syllable. Crayons. You say it how it's spelled. Crayons.
Oh, look at you, Miss fucking say it like it's spelled.
I'm just saying that's what I've always said. If it's spelled a certain way, then say it a certain way. Like Willamette versus Willamette. Willamette.
Well, that's just objectively wrong.
There's so many things wrong with that. And I know the Oregonians get so upset. But
oh, yeah. If you say Willamette, they will burn your house down. Well, I think it's like also has to do, I was going to say regional dialect, but you're from here.
I'm from here.
You're from up down the street from me. But maybe it's this region on this side of the street.
It's definitely not.
And then the other region starts at your house and beyond into like North Deering.
North Deering, yeah, I don't think so.
That's just theory I'm working on. I know other people say crayons.
I know other people say crayons.
All right, we got to move on, but hit us up at the polls.
Anyway,
go vote.
Crayons, I hate their smell. And it's not even like the waxiness, it's the papery. The paper smells bad.
Interesting.
The papies.
The papies? You don't like the papies?
It's like, I don't know. And like, I remember my mom had like this big bucket of crayons, and that's what we would color with. And I'd always gag while coloring because I hated the smell so much.
Maybe you should have not used
Well, then
crayons.
I tried to use color pencils are expensive. Okay. When you grow up in a strict household.
Okay.
We could not afford the color pencils. You get markers, which are just messy, or you get crayons.
Markers are a whole nother story, unless they're smelly markers, and I love a smelly marker.
I do love a
I can
smelly
sniff that
marker.
all day long.
Yeah.
Root beer, my favorite, and lemon. All right.
Anyway.
Number 3.
Okay, number 3. Last one. Holy moly. Okay, and this is up to date.
Yep. Very current.
Super
Up
current.
to date.
Yeah.
What was our...
Up to date.
Yeah.
Super current quirk is today, while taking the trash out, I accidentally left the door open and Boo got out and we had to look for him for over an hour and we both cried because we thought our cat was dead. Yay!
Yay.
Cool. That blood would have been on my hands.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he was just...
I don't know if you ever would have gone past that.
we wouldn't have gone.
Know?
He would have taken the cats and left. Both of them.
Yeah.
He would have taken Snickers and JR are mine.
Yeah. It's like losing a child where it's like,
Yeah.
it can very easily, lead to divorce.
Yep. And we would, that's something we wouldn't be able to survive.
Well, thank God you found him.
Yeah.
Right? Found him?
Just like moseying in some crunchy leaves.
What's this? Crunchy.
It's windy today. This is the wind that everybody's been talking about. Oh.
Yeah, I feel like he's kind of, sorry, Christopher, but you don't listen anyways. A little too dumb to run away.
Yeah.
I feel like it wouldn't even cross his mind.
That's exactly what I said. And Christopher's like, no, he's not dumb. He's a homebody. I'm like,
because he doesn't know that the world exists out there. He's like the Truman Show.
Yeah.
Oh.
Snickers is too scared to run away because she's afraid of the wind. We know this. This is true. It's okay. She's gotten better. She doesn't hide when the fan comes on.
That's progress.
Meds. John Ralph, he would have been gone. We would have never saw him again.
In a second.
He would have, not only that, but he probably would have gotten into like the neighbor's garbage.
Yep.
He would have eaten a plastic bag.
Yeah.
Because he already has. And then he probably would have like tried to attack a pigeon and then run off, and we would never have seen him again. Just a tornado.
Yep.
We would have heard about him in the paper.
Rogue kitten.
Yeah, feral kitten. Cuddly, but
takes down chicken coop.
Yeah. So that was fun to start off the morning with a bang.
Nice. You're so quirky.
So quirky. Grace,
yeah.
What are your quirks?
All right, quirk number 1. I love to eat sprinkles straight from the jar.
Oh, wait.
I love them.
Can I share a memory about these sprinkles?
About me?
Yes. In this house when we were like in 6th grade. Was it you or was it Mo?
I don't know. You got to tell the story now.
You had a bucket of sprinkles and it was like a literal tub bucket.
It was Mo.
Oh.
Spilled it?
Twice. She did it over. We picked them all up and she tried to put them back up on top of the refrigerator again and they spilled again twice.
I'm pretty sure that was Mo.
This whole and the thing is like we didn't even vacuum them up. We like scooped them up by hand and put them back so like your mom wouldn't find out that we just dumped a whole thing of Christmas sprinkles.
Classic Mo.
I do love eating. I agree with you on this piece of secret.
Sprinkles.
Sprinkles from the jar. They have to be rainbow sprinkles.
I like the chocolate ones.
Chocolate ones are good.
Sprinkle ones are the sprinkle ones. The sprinkle ones. The sprinkles are superior. The rainbow sprinkles are superior.
Yeah.
And when we're talking sprinkles, we're talking like the long ones,
not like the
not
glittery
the non-Perels.
Sugar sprinkles,
and not like the little tiny ones. Do you know in Australia, this is a fun fact, they have a snack called fairy bread where you put butter on white bread and then you cover it with the tiny like little circular. I think they're called non-Perels, but you cover them with the tiny little sprinkles, the little circle sprinkles, and they eat it at like birthday parties and stuff. And it's called fairy bread.
Oh, like the little tiny hard crunchy ones?
Yes.
That sounds lovely, but I don't like the crunchiness of those sprinkles.
I like them on the fairy bread because I feel like it's a good texture to go with the very soft white bread. But in general, I would never eat those sprinkles on their own. They need to be an accessory.
I would like to try fairy bread with the long sprinkles and not the crunchy sprinkles.
Yeah, I would try that. Maybe that's a variation.
If you're from Australia, and we know we have listeners there, do you eat fairy bread? This is a poll question.
Oh. Whoa. Is that my sound?
We're going to work work on it.
I
Yeah.
don't know if that was it.
Poll question.
Poll question.
Do you eat fairy bread?
No, you know what that sound was? That was Mario Kart when you hit a turtle and you're
Oh.
spinning around, or you hit a banana peel and you spin around, right?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I like it though.
Yep. All right. Quirk number 2.
Yeah.
I have a sleeping sweater, and it's not what you would think. I'm not wearing the sweater on my body to sleep in.
Okay.
I sleep with it under my head, kind of like a second little pillow, because I grew up, I had a blanket that I had since birth that I have always slept with, Matuni. You know Matuni.
I know Matuni in tatters.
Yeah, Matuni in tatters. Matuni was this nice blanket that I literally have slept with it every single day of my life up until like a couple of years ago. Like I brought it to college. My dad was always like,
in college.
"Oh, you're gonna get married and have Matuni in your marital bed?" Yeah, Dad, I am, and
Stephanie
I
had
did.
Bear.
I know, but Stephanie also didn't destroy her things, and her
Bear look.
Yeah, I guess Bear Bear's pretty rough.
rough.
Yes, but so Matuni ended up eventually just getting tied in one giant knot, and eventually Matuni had to be retired because I've grown accustomed to a
You
certain
should
lifestyle.
put Matuni in a jar.
Matuni in a jar. It
Jar.
sounds like a product. Matuni in a jar.
That's our next commercial.
Yeah. Also, I made the word Matuni up when I was a small child. I don't know. I don't know what
That's
it is
a
or what
great
it
blanket
means.
name.
Right? Matuni. It's great.
Yeah.
But I really like having like the feeling of it under my head. It's just like the perfect thing to like tuck in right under your head, like in your neck crevice. And I've just grown accustomed to having that there.
Mm-hmm.
And now the Matuni is one tiny little rat.
A rat king.
Yeah, one tiny little rat king of a blanket. I had to replace it with a sweater who has like a very similar texture.
So wait, is it like a chunky blanket or chunky sweater?
No, it's
Cable
like
knit,
it's like a thin one.
merino wool,
It's thin and it gets like cool.
cotton.
I don't know what it is. It's just a nice thin one, and it
Well,
folds
Grace,
up nicely.
I think you should have done your research before sharing this quirk.
I'm sorry.
I
I
know.
didn't think I'd have to describe the type of sweater it was.
If you're saying you got a sleeping sweater, I need to know all about this.
I'll show you my sleeping sweater.
Yeah, I think you got to post it now.
All right, I'll post a picture of my little sleeping sweater. But anyways, that's my second quirk. And quirk number 3.
Number 3.
It's me. This is also a recent current update.
Oh, update. Yeah. Update.
This news is recent.
I like that. That's great.
I just had to pay a $140 fucking ADHD tax to replace the screws and bolts that hold my elliptical together. I bought an elliptical at the beginning of the quarantine, and I lost so we moved, and so I had to take apart my elliptical. Ian had to take apart my elliptical, and I was obviously going to reassemble it here, and I lost all of the bolts that put it together in the move. Even though, weirdly enough, I specifically remember thinking, I better put these somewhere good so I don't lose them in the move.
Oh my God, I hate that so much.
I couldn't remember where I put them, and I lost them in the fucking move. And I'm sure I'm going to find them like the day that they arrive in the mail. But yeah, $140 to replace that. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I hate that my brain knows like, oh, I left a hair elastic under the couch, under that pillow in the third northwest corner.
Yes.
But yeah, I can't remember, even when I say to my brain, hey, this is really important, I'm going to put it in a specific place because it's so important.
That's when I'm most likely to forget.
Most likely to forget it.
Yeah, it's frustrating, and I don't know why it happens, but
I'm sorry.
I'm so quirky.
How's your elliptical?
I just ordered the parts this morning, which actually is a little accomplishment that I called. I had to call them to get these parts, and I did it, and I ordered them.
There you go.
But, it cost me $140, but I won $600 in the mail by opening it and finding checks that were
with
to
some
me
quick
of
math,
my money.
That's a net gain of, what did you lose? 140?
Yeah.
For 60.
Sure.
There you go. Quick
All
math.
right. Fast math.
Don't correct me in the comments because it'll make me feel bad.
All right. It's time for hobby collectors, but I feel like we need another transition
We
here.
do need another.
Kristin, you take the lead on this one. I had the nice foot one that we all loved.
I hate that
Why don't
so
you
much.
take the lead on this transition?
No, I hate that.
How's that sound?
Have fun editing that out. I was gonna go with like
It might be nice.
mouth bells.
Well, now I need to hear them.
Like very much like Quasimodo bells, like bong, 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 tradition. Okay.
Yep. That was nice.
That was good. Yeah.
Glad you did that.
Good little transition.
Yep.
Here we go into hobby collectors.
Yep.
We're going to play Jane's song
here. Oh, yeah, Jane's song.
Fun fact about Jane's song is we were going to send her a care package, including Needhams.
Yep.
And I ate all the Needhams.
Yeah, Needhams are a mean treat.
Here's the thing. Those Needhams needed to be eaten because they
need them.
They needed to. They need them.
Need them.
I needed them.
Yeah, you needed them, yeah.
Because they were very stale, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't send those ones to you. We'll get you better Needhams that aren't stale.
Kristen's got a stomach for stale food. Her mom raised her on stale food.
I was raised on stale food.
Yeah.
So my brother could get all the fresh food because that's how that works.
Sexist much, Teresa?
I think she just liked him better, which is fair.
I get it.
Not everybody can be the favorite. No, they put their money on one good one. They're like, okay, we'll support this one.
I feel like you're the one to place the bet on.
I'm not the firstborn.
You've got all that guilt internalized, Catholic guilt.
Yeah, I know. And that didn't happen to him.
That drove you far, I know.
He's got no guilt. It's just loving life.
He could use a little guilt.
Yeah, he could use some guilt. Nicholas.
You could use some guilt.
Who told me, what did he say to me the other day? He goes, I know you're going to keep asking, but I just want to let you know that I'm not going to listen to your podcast ever because I just don't care.
Cool, Nick. Cool. What an asshole.
He's great.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Such a caring brother.
Whereas Lily, my sister, loves to listen to the podcast, but I also think it's mostly because she likes to hear her own name.
You know, I think
so. There's that.
Nick is someone who will not listen out of spite. Yeah,
and you are also like that.
Yes, yeah. Because
you can't really blame him.
No, we're both assholes.
I told you this already. You got to reverse psychology him. Say, good. I don't want you to listen. I say a lot of shit about you, and you probably shouldn't hear it.
Oh, that's right.
Easy. Oh man, if I were Nick's sister, I'd fucking destroy that guy.
Yeah, I know. Oh man. Anyway, so
all right, Jane's song goes here.
We are the collectors. These are our hobbies. We are the collectors, and these are our hobbies. We are the collectors, and these are our hobbies. We are the collectors. Hobby collectors.
And now,
all right.
and now we can go onward.
Yeah, here we go. So, hobby collectors. So, this is up to date. My rose.
This is current news.
This is recent. This is my most recent hobby that I have just collected. / I don't know if I'll keep. We'll see. Today we're gonna be talking about composting.
Okay, I feel like with this one, you don't really have a choice to keep up with it or not because you got all the compost there. You got your garbage pile there. Don't you have to continue caring for it?
I mean, I could just let it go and it could just be like, here's a pile of garbage. Yeah. But let's talk about it.
All right.
I think there's like plant care, which is like house plant care. And then there's gardening, which is like outdoor stuff.
Yep.
And I would say I am a new gardener. So new, in fact, that I haven't actually really started.
Very brand new.
Like fresh on the scene.
Yep. Newer than new.
And I know I do well with indoor plants mostly, except for my Jesus plant, which don't worry, guys.
Rest in peace.
Times 2, except for this one I just bought. So outdoor plant care, it's way different. So we're in it together, guys. I'll keep you updated. But there's like all these things that you need to keep track of.
Have you even said the topic yet? I'm sorry.
Yes, I said composting.
Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention. Sorry. I thought you were doing a lot of lead up before saying
No,
composting.
I said today we're going to talk about composting and then...
Oh, yeah, I went...
Yeah, exactly.
That's right, I was here.
Composting, guys. We're talking about composting.
And we all know about it.
Yeah.
Sorry, please continue.
So there are like gardening is like there's hardiness zones that I had to look up to make sure the plants I bought would survive. There's animals to deal with, like outdoor animals. There's gross bugs. Gross. That's going to be an issue in the spring.
That's subjective, but
I don't like bugs.
Some people like bugs.
I don't know how I'm going to like go through a gardening pick. I don't know.
I don't mind a bug. It depends on the bug.
Depends on the bug.
I kind of like when a big bug gets in the house and he's just crawling around.
Oh
my God,
you monster!
Just like little stink bugs or like a cricket.
No, squash them.
What?
I know,
You're
I don't
a
squash them. I
monster.
show them to John Ralphio, who eats them.
You're a monster. That's still
feeding
assassin
my
by
child.
hire.
I'm feeding a child, okay? Can't help it. He's a carnivore.
Someone's got to put bugs on the table.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been eating a lot of house spiders recently. That's his favorite.
That's helpful, I guess. Although I leave spiders too.
I
I'm
try to leave the spiders, but there was one that was like dangling from the bathroom. It was very annoying. And then he just like came up and he just gave it one big paw, like a smack.
Nice.
And then ate it. So
nice.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. Lucy eats hornets, and that's very helpful.
God.
It's very helpful.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she can take them down. She's really
Man.
developed an affinity for them. All right, back to composting. The
composting.
topic that we are on and that we're ready for. And
So I kind of like fell into this because one, my soil in my house that I have just bought or around the house is pretty terrible. It's compacted clay, which I'm sure all the gardeners are like, or you should be. So not great. And then I also inherited, I don't know if it was like a compost pile that they gave up on, or they were just like, let's put all the yard waste here. But it looks like it was like a almost halfway compost pile in the corner of my yard, which I have now committed to making a real life big boy compost pile.
And you can't go back.
Can't go back because I got all the things.
Now you got a garbage corner.
And I mean, it has always been a garbage corner, so it will always remain a garbage corner.
We're making it a bigger garbage corner.
So now this is my new favorite hyper-focus hobby. Yay.
Yay, fun.
And I want to tell you all about it because I think it's pretty cool.
All right.
So there's two ways to do this: the lazy way, or like some people get really into it, and that is not me. I try to make this as easy as possible. So that's what we're gonna do. If you have tips, share them. So the theory behind compost is you take all this like organic waste, organic not as in like no pesticides or whatever, but organic as in like actual like things that were once living, like kitchen scraps, grass cuttings, leaves. You mix them together, and the hope is that worms, bugs, and bacteria will break it down into usable fertilized soil that you can then give back to your plants. Recycling.
Yeah.
We could go, if you would like,
I don't.
into the deeper workings of the law of the conservation of matter, the nitrogen cycle and the carbon cycle. I'm happy to talk about all three.
I am not happy.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
I even wrote, but I think Grace would kill me, so I encourage you. So I'm encouraging the public to look it up on your own because that's like the whole point.
That's really thoughtful of you.
Yes, I know you would disagree.
You know
we
me
can
well.
talk about it on the Patreon.
Okay.
Carbon cycle, little learning moments.
I'm already bored.
So when you're making your compost pile, from what I have learned on YouTube, because this is where I found, did I read a book? No, I watch a bunch of YouTube videos, and this is how we learn.
Same thing.
You need 3 things. You need brown stuff, green stuff, and water, is what one guy said. And I'm linking the YouTube video below because I thought it was really helpful out of all the YouTube videos that I watched.
Okay.
Brown stuff, it's carbon-based, and it can be fallen leaves. It can be ripped up pieces of cardboard boxes, your Amazon boxes, sawdust, wood chips. This is not an all-inclusive list. It's stuff that is heavy with carbon.
Poops? You put poops in there?
So I'm not putting poops in there. I haven't gone that far yet. Coffee grounds is another thing.
Brown stuff.
Brown stuff. I'm not putting poops in there. I don't know that. If you know what poops would do to compost, let us know at where'sthefeather@gmail.com.
It's probably not advised.
Not advised because then you're gonna have really smelly
Yeah, it'll stink.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking more like dog poops, but it would also stink. And if you're going to put it on a veggie garden, that's gross.
I feel like, that's
all right. Leave your poops out of it, guys.
Leave your poops at home.
Poops are not, poops are not, but not in the compost bin. Leave them in the toilet or in bags.
Leave the poops where the poops belong, which is not in your compost.
Yeah, other brown stuff, not poops.
Yes. So for green stuff is usually like grass clippings, the spinach that went bad in your fridge, and now it's all like wet.
Ugh, slimy.
That's perfect.
Yep, it's the only kind of spinach I have.
Give me your slimy spinach. and a lot of kitchen scraps, like if you're, I don't know, peeling vegetables or something. Anyway, green stuff that's green, that has a lot of nitrogen in it. So you need carbon from the brown stuff, you need nitrogen from the green stuff, and then you need water, and then you mix it together. The golden ratio between the brown stuff and the green stuff is 3-1. Honestly, I don't know what the ratio of my compost pile is. I had green stuff in it, and now I have more brown stuff because we had a bunch of leaves that fell.
There you go.
So hopefully it's close. I'll let you know.
Fitting the ratio.
I'll let you know.
I don't think it's an exact science, but what do I know?
And the key is to do not what I did and put whole leaves in. You're supposed to like compost them down, but I put a bunch of whole leaves. I put composted or like mulch. That's the word. Mulch leaves. I did both. So we'll see.
All right.
It's kind of just winging it like I usually do. And then watering, I've just kind of been like letting the rain do the watering. It's been rainy lately, so I don't think my compost is wet enough. So I guess if you want
it to be very wet,
you don't want it to be like soaking, but you want it to be like fairly moist. Like think of like bacteria, like wet, moist areas.
Yep.
So you don't want it to be like sopping, but you want it to be like reasonably like
damp.
I would say more like either lightly wet or very damp.
Okay.
I would look that one up. But right now the rain's doing all my watering.
All right. That works out well.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you put worms in your compost?
I haven't.
Are you supposed to?
Mine's like on the ground. So you can get these like bins. And then there's probably a better science than what so some people get these bins, and the bins have like a crank and you can turn them. That way you don't have to till, because that's a big thing is you have to turn it over like a turnover.
Great example.
You have to like till it to, mix it like a little salad or something.
Yep.
Toss the salad.
If you will.
So you have to mix it a lot. So some people get these like hand cranks, especially if you're in like an apartment or with limited space where you don't have a yard with a big, corner that can be dedicated. Mine was just on the ground already. So if there are worms that have come up through the clay compacted soil into the compost, that's great. I have seen those little like isopod guys in there, which
those
is
guys
good.
Are probably good, right?
Yeah.
I got worms.
Yeah.
If I find worms, say on the sidewalk or a lawn, should I put them in a little baggie for you? Should I save worms?
I mean, I don't recommend them a baggie. I think they would die in a bag. You're just suffocating them.
I'll poke holes in it.
I'll take your worms.
All right.
Yeah.
I used to love finding worms when I was a little kid.
If you've got worms, I'll take them.
I got worms. I told you.
Yeah. Don't know what worms will do to compost. I hope that they do okay.
I think that they compost it, right? They are
hopefully
eating through it and then pooping it out, and that's dirt. That's where dirt comes from. It's worm poop. Do you guys know that little known fact? All dirt comes from worm poop. It's all worm poop.
It's all worm poop.
Hardworking little guys.
That's great.
Yeah. All right. Sorry.
So yeah. So one of the big things is you have to like be able to turn it. So you can buy these things that they look like a little like barrel, and you just crank it and you put all. That's for people who are composting mostly with like kitchen scraps. Don't put meat in your compost. Oh my God.
Gross.
Okay. This was a big red flag, or a big like red warning. Don't put meat in your compost. This is how you get like animals going through. Also like bleh. You're going to have smelly, gross compost.
Yeah. No poops and no meats.
Yeah.
And no meat poops.
Plant-based compost.
Yeah. Yes.
And then you got to turn it every once in a while. I've seen some people put like crushed up eggshells.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that's good
to increase the calcium, which sounds like it could be a good idea.
Might as well do it if you have eggshells.
Right? Yeah, the second I get some eggshells, I'll put them in there.
Yeah,
but I don't, so I won't. Okay. But seems like it might be good. It seems a little bit higher than for my experience level, but
I mean, it just sounds like putting eggshells in a pile of garbage.
Yeah,
I feel like you could do that.
Gonna need a lot of eggshells. It's huge. It's like up to my shoulder.
Well, start small. Start with one and then work your way up, One egg a day.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
What do you need to start a compost pile? Well, a lot of stuff we already talked about.
Yep.
You need brown stuff. You need green stuff. You need water. You need a place to put it. And you need some sort of turning or scooping mechanism. I bought a pitchfork, and I love my pitchfork.
Oh, man. Do you scare the neighbors with it?
I'm about to. it's like the most useful tool I've ever bought. And I spent more than I bought the expensive one. They had 2 options, and I was like, I'm going to. I did. I was really excited about it.
I deserve this. I deserve a little glamour.
I've earned this.
Yeah.
It's really handy because I had like a metal rake, like one of those firm rakes, not like a soft rake. You know what I'm talking
soft
about.
Rake, isn't that just a broom?
Well, you have like the plastic rakes.
Yeah.
And then you have the metal.
Yep.
Anyway,
I got you. It doesn't matter.
Anyway, I was using a rake, and it's really hard to scoop with that thing. So the pitchfork makes quick work of it, which is nice.
Yeah. All right. Congrats.
Yeah, I really like this. And then finally, is this a good hobby for ADHDers? I'm not sure because I don't know what I'm doing.
It's so current. That
it's so current
you don't know the results.
I can't even. Yeah, we don't have the results. Aren't in.
Yeah, we'll see.
Data is still being extracted. We're not even in the analysis portion of our experiment. We're still in the research and development stage.
All right.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I hope so, because I got a lot of ground to cover this spring. A lot of compost, and that'd be great if I didn't have to buy that.
It seems like it's a good ADHD hobby. I mean, you already have like food scraps and stuff,
right? You're
already like making the garbage,
right? I've got a lot of garbage.
Yeah, you make a lot of garbage,
but I think it will be hard for some people because you do need like space for it.
Yeah,
I think tricky. If you have like a corner of your yard, you could just dump stuff in like I do. That's great. But if you're in kind of a smaller area, you need to kind of like plan that out.
Yeah, it sounds like kind of a loose science, but also I don't know what I'm talking about. So
yeah,
maybe
neither do I.
Maybe
but
it's a very specific
I love to talk
science.
about it.
All right.
It's my new favorite hobby. I'm excited. I think tonight when I get back, I'm going to get my pitchfork out and my headlamp because it's dark out.
Walk around the neighborhood a bit.
My neighbors already think I'm crazy, so why not lean in?
Yeah. Do you get a torch out there with you?
Well, no, you know what I bought? It's the best thing in the world at Rennie's. Thank you, Rennie's. It's a beanie, and then it has a big light attached to it.
Oh.
So you just click your forehead
at
on it.
Rennie's. Yeah.
I bought one for my dad, and then I was like, for Christmas one year, and I was like, I need that.
That's why it's a main adventure.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, well, and that's my hobby.
I think you did a great job.
If you have any tips, let me know, because I'm all ears. I will not be putting moot.
What was that supposed to be? Moot. Meat?
Me or poop.
No moot. No peep.
Oh my God. No meat, no poop is going in my compost. Those are my hard lines.
And that's final.
That's final.
Stop trying to get it to make it happen.
All right. That's my hobby. Yeah. If you have tips, I'm all ears. If you just want to talk compost, if you want to touch pitchforks, send us in your pitchforks. I'd love to know what brand did you get?
Don't physically send in your pitchforks.
Yeah. No, if you want to send me a pitchfork, I'll give you my P.O. box. That's going to be expensive, though.
Better get a big P.O. box. All right, and that's enough talking about pitchforks because it's time for alternative segments.
Wow!
Alternative
segments.
All right. On this week's alternative segments, I'm doing another ADHD blind items.
Woo woo!
Just a reminder, this is celebrities that have ADHD, and I read them as if they're a blind item, which is just like a little piece of goss about a celeb, an anonymous piece of goss.
And I'm the one that's blind.
Yeah, so Kristin is the one.
Because I don't know who celebrities are.
Yep, and but you're decent at this game for not really knowing celebrities.
Yeah, I got one right.
Yeah, you got that one right that one time.
That one time that we did this, but
and
I like it.
Here's another one.
Okay, hit me.
All right.
I'm ready.
Play along with us. All right. This permanent A-list celebrity is an American actor, comedian, author, and television personality. She has a diagnosis of dyslexia and was also diagnosed with ADHD as an adult. She said that it was difficult for her to focus on one thing at a time. However, she found that her ADHD gives her a unique perspective that helps her in her work. For example, she's able to come up with creative ideas very quickly, and she can see the world in a different way than other people do.
Tina Fey.
No.
Okay.
but I haven't given you many specific clues yet, so that was a good guess. This has helped her become a successful actress and comedian. She has been in many huge movies as the lead, including one where she's a nun on the run, and another one where she's...
Aubrey Plaza.
No.
Damn
and
it.
another one where she's visited by a ghost, and they do pottery together.
Oh, what's her... G.I. Jane. Don't tell me. I know her name.
You're wrong.
What?
G.I. Jane, do you mean...
Who else does pottery with Ghost Patrick Swayze?
That's not G.I. Jane.
Yes, it is. It's the same lady, right?
Okay,
Demi.
No, okay, it's not Demi Moore. Maybe she's in this movie, but she's not the lead woman. Maybe she doesn't do the pottery with him. Maybe she's also a ghost.
Maybe I don't...
I thought you would have a nun on the run.
Nun on the run?
Nun on the run. She's a nun who has to go into hiding because her boyfriend is trying to kill her because he's like a mobster or whatever.
Whoopi Goldberg?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Whoopi Goldberg isn't Ghost. She's not the lead.
Okay, I don't know why I was thinking that she and Patrick
She's a very important character.
Who
Sounds
is
like
she?
you haven't watched Ghost.
I haven't seen Ghost in a long
Sounds like we're
time.
about to watch Ghost together.
I kind of watched
Clear
it
out
now.
your weekend.
I just forgot Demi Moore was in it. So who
And
is...
you forgot the main lead. Did you not remember the pottery scene?
I did, but my brain implanted Whoopi as the one doing pottery with Patrick Swayze. And I was like,
That's a movie I want to see.
That's hot.
That is hot.
I'd watch it. I'd watch that too.
I would. We need like fan art for that. Whoopi Goldberg with Patrick Swayze doing pottery. Yeah,
I was so confident.
none on the
Like, yeah, they do pottery together. All right, maybe
because it was Demi Moore who did the pottery.
So what was she just? Whoopi was like another
Whoopi
person
was
in the class.
like the
She was in the-
clairvoyant who was helping Demi
Okay,
find
that's
Patrick because
right.
he was a ghost.
Oh, that's right. For some
you
reason,
haven't seen Ghost.
you know what, Kristin? I forgot that they made Whoopi into a black trope of the black woman who helps the white lead female character achieve her ultimate end goal. I'm
I
sorry
would love to
that
see your
my
version
brain
of Ghost.
implanted Whoopi as the lead woman. She deserves to do pottery with Patrick Swayze. And my brain
would
wanted
love
to see that
vision,
movie. Right?
Yes, absolutely. That's the better version.
I agree.
It's a real mist on the writers, but
I know, man. And Demi Moore can be the helpful side character that just progresses Whoopi's storyline.
yeah,
I like this. I like this idea.
I like that idea better.
I can't believe it. All right. I can't
check
believe
for me.
I can't believe you didn't get it at None on the Run. And were you thinking of that weird Sundance movie
Yes.
with Aubrey Plaza where she goes to
It's a great
convent?
movie.
I love that movie.
I can't remember
It's
the
so
name
funny.
of it.
I know. Fuck, I won't remember
And
it.
she's so mean to everyone.
Yes, it was I love that movie. Yes, but None on the Run, Sister Run, obviously.
Yeah.
I will follow him.
You watched that movie more than I did growing up.
Wherever he may go. Haley and I used to watch it all the time.
You and Haley were obsessed.
Haley and I love
Rightfully
Sister
so.
Act.
It's a great
Right?
movie.
So many good songs. I sing that song all the time and Ian fucking hates it.
That's great. That was great blind item.
Yeah.
Good
all
job.
right, I just wanted to add one more little snippet of what
That
Whoopi said.
Demi Moore was the lead in Ghost, so we can clarify so we don't get a bunch of hate.
Ghost.
I just want to clarify that we all know who the lead in Ghost was, so we don't get a bunch of hate mail about who the lead was in Ghost.
Yeah,
I get it.
Whoopi Goldberg. We all know this.
Oh my God. Okay.
Maybe this is an alternate timeline that I'm from. You know?
I wish
In
I
my
was in your timeline. That sounds lovely.
In my post-racial timeline, Whoopi is the lead female character in Ghost. All right. Oh, just a little more snippet about Whoopi. Isn't that cool that she's dyslexic and ADHD?
Yeah.
It makes so much sense. I love Whoopi. She's so clever, so funny.
She is very funny. I like her a lot.
In her youth, she struggled with learning and she was labeled dumb and lazy.
Oh.
She became a high school dropout at age 17.
What?
Yeah. With low self-esteem, she became involved in drugs. Yet remarkably, she overcame all of this to have the most amazing career as a blah, 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 actress, comedian, author, everything. She's won an Emmy Award, a Grammy Award, an Academy Award, and a Tony Award.
Shit.
That's almost an EGOT.
She's been...
EGAT.
What's an EGAT?
An EGOT is Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. EGOT. She's got an EGAT. Emmy, Grammy.
Is it wrong that I don't care about any of those award shows?
No, I don't care about
it's
them
just
either.
the rich, in the famous showing off how rich and famous they are.
Oh, absolutely. I
Yeah.
completely
Cool,
agree.
cool.
Anyways,
But I do love Whoopi, and I'm proud of her for her accomplishments.
right? And last snippet, when asked how she thinks her dyslexia affected her, she says, I think perhaps it made me more introspective, made me more thoughtful, maybe slightly slower in how I do things because it takes me a minute sometimes to figure things out.
Aw.
She also says how thinking differently has helped her succeed. Fortunately for her, she had a mother who told her that she wasn't stupid and could grow up to be and do anything she wanted.
Aw.
She herself realized she couldn't be stupid because, as she says, if you read it to me, I could tell you everything you read. She says she still likes to be read to. Her mother's attitude, coupled with her
I'll
own...
read to you, Whoopi.
Oh, that'd be so sweet.
It would take years.
That's all right. You can go back and forth. Her mother's attitude, coupled with her own determination, took her off welfare and drugs and drove her to succeed.
Oh,
That's a beautiful story.
that is a really
I did
beautiful
not realize she had such a rough beginning and a hard time in
Shoot.
school. Oh, Whoopi, we
I'm
just
like
love you.
shedding a tear.
I know. Isn't that a beautiful
That is
dyslexia
nice.
success story?
We
Love
should
it.
share more dyslexia and ADHD success stories.
Yes, I agree. That's a good idea. We should do more of those.
More of those.
All right, but not today because that is the end of Alternative Segments.
I was trying
That was
to
a
do it
weird
in
one.
reverse.
All right.
Oh my
and
God.
we are on a hot little gallop on our way, clip, clop, down the train tracks, but also on top, leading the train.
Leading the train
Yeah, to the station.
on the
The
tracks.
train
to
broke down.
We're still on the tracks.
Yep. But
We're
the
not off track yet.
Yeah, it's on the tracks, hot on the tracks. The train broke down, and now the horse is kind of like
Yeah.
pulling it, the final leg. It's slow, but it's honest work. And they're coming slowly.
You can't
but
rely
surely.
on technology these days.
No, sometimes you need good old horsepower,
Yep.
and they're coming on into the station. So look out! But they're not here yet. They're very slow. They're taking their time, and while they're on their way, let's do our pizza secrets. Thanks for just letting me work that one out.
I didn't know where that was going, but that's nice.
Don't jump in and save me. Or
Yeah.
anything. All right, let's do this fucking song.
Pizza secrets, tell me your secrets,
pizza secrets. Guys, it's 6 p.m. while we're recording this because Kristin had her little cat mishap this
I had a
morning.
cat mishap.
Set us back a little bit, so just bear with us. I guess we're getting a little silly
A little
in the evenings,
silly as we get into the
the nighttime.
evening hours. It's also
Ooh.
daylight savings, so
Yeah, that's really fucking me up. I gotta
Yeah.
go to bed soon.
you gotta go to bed
I
soon.
woke up at 5:30. What am I doing?
Welcome to my life.
Yeah,
Pizza secrets.
yeah.
You want to go first? You want me to go first? You want to go
Why
first?
don't you go first? I'm interested to hear this milk
Secrets. My pizza secret's called Milk Secrets.
Yeah, and I don't like it, and I just want to get it over with.
Well, we started with a gross topic, and now we're going to end with a gross topic.
milk secrets.
Yeah.
What's your milk secret?
Grace, how disgusted are you by people who just drink milk as like from a glass?
I think it's vile.
Yeah,
I think
same.
it's so vulgar.
Same.
Like,
However,
have I mentioned Haley's mom bringing a jug of milk to the beach yet
Ugh.
when they were a child, and they would drink it out of the little
the
Dixie?
pies.
They would drink it out of the
yeah.
little Dixie cups
Jesus Christ.
on
Just
the
a
hot
shot of
beach.
milk. Shot of milk.
Yeah, no way.
That being said, I'm currently dating a man
Huh.
who drinks milk,
No.
whole milk.
Ugh.
It's basically ice cream melted.
Ugh.
He drinks quite a bit of it. And so I went in person to the grocery store last week, which is rare for me. I usually get pickup, but I guess I wanted just some anxiety for the day. So I went in.
Yeah, not enough anxiety.
Yeah. So I went in and they were out of, so he usually drinks whole milk, but we discussed someone had some like triglycerides and some cholesterol that was a little too high. And I was like, well, a glass of whole milk a day is not going to help that, sir. Is that HIPAA? No, because I'm not his healthcare provider. Should I be sharing it? Probably not.
He's not going to know about it because he stopped
Nope.
listening. So that's on
Anyway.
you, Christopher.
Yep.
That's on you, milk boy.
Shouldn't have drank all that milk.
Ugh.
So we talked about it, and he's like, "I'll never drink skim." I grew up on skim milk. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, now I do. If I drink skim milk now, I'll shit myself.
When was the last time you drank like a cup of milk? You think?
5th grade.
Yeah, right? I feel like that's
Right.
where it should stop. It's a child's
Yeah.
drink.
Yeah.
And humans aren't even meant to continue drinking milk.
No.
Anyway,
Anyway,
back to your milk secret.
so we discussed, this was like a legitimate argument, not an argument, but it was a discussion about how he really needs to switch from whole milk to less fatty milk. And I recommended 1%, and he was like, that's basically water. I didn't even say the skim, because skim is ideal.
Water.
He was like, it's basically water. And I was like, well, what about 2%? And he's like, well, try 2%. My theory is he doesn't even know the difference.
I'm sure he doesn't.
Right. So apparently he does.
Oh.
So he agreed to the 2%, right? And so
we've been doing the old switcheroo.
Well, we've been doing 2% for a while. And then I went to the store in person, and he hasn't had a problem with the 2%, but they were out of 2%. They had 1%, they had skim, and they had whole.
You can't go back. You can't go backwards.
Well, that's my reasoning. I was like, I couldn't go back to whole milk. Obviously, I went with the 1%, and I did it deliberately. And I would have done it again.
Oh,
but this, and I was like, he'll never know. And the second,
do you think the label gave it away?
Well, no, he drank it first, and he goes, "What is this?" He could tell based on the milk fatness.
You pushed it too
the mouthfeel
too far.
The milk.
Yuck.
And I said I was sorry, but I'm not. That's my secret.
That's a great secret.
I'm not. I would have done it again, and I'm still gonna try and push the envelope. He shouldn't.
Keep pushing. Yeah.
No one should be drinking that much whole milk. And his question was like, why didn't you just go back to whole? And I was like, because we're not going back to whole ever.
We're not going back. I won't go back.
We're not going back. But this week, he's responsible for the groceries this week. So I'm interested to see. Is he going to buy whole milk?
He's going to have a backslide. We'll see. Is he paying attention to how his belly feels? Does he get belly aches?
All the time.
Probably he's drinking so much fucking milk. What are you talking about? Stop drinking
He thinks
milk.
a lot of it's from stress, which I agree.
Plus all the heavy cream in your
milk.
belly. Your body
and cheese,
is not meant to process
a lot of cheese,
milk.
which I get. I also like to eat a lot of cheese.
Yeah, you've got to choose one or the other. I am very much a cheese girl. I'm cheese girl through and through.
I'm not going to eat. Yeah, I do plant-based milk, whatever plant that may be, in my cereal. But I don't drink like cups of oat milk, you know?
The idea of that is gross.
I don't know.
All right.
Anyway, my secret is I did it deliberately, and I have no empathy for him.
And you said sorry, but you're not.
Yeah.
All right. Pizza secret. That's a good one.
I'm not sorry.
I like it.
But you're dumb milk.
That opens up a whole new avenue of secrets, except Ian listens to this. And I do have one that I kind of want to share, but I think he'll legitimately be mad at me if he hears it.
Patreon. Yeah. He won't listen on the Patreon.
He's not going to pay money to hear me talk.
Neither will most people, but
they might. Who knows? Some people like this.
We'll see. But Grace, what's your pizza secret?
All right. Mine is called I Was Just Waiting for a Commercial Break.
Uh-oh.
So, as I've said on here before, this house that Ian and I moved into was also the house that I lived in like late elementary school / early middle school. And I had an uncovered memory when I was in the basement the other day, because we used to have like this weird little TV room down in the basement. Do you remember my dad built that stadium seating for a bit?
Yes, because we watched The Sixth Sense there.
That's right. And The Ring, and you got really scared.
We both got scared. I remember we both hid under the covers.
And then it started raining. That was scary.
Yeah. During The Sixth Sense, when she like popped out and she was like, who was it? Misha whatever.
Oh yeah, Misha Barton.
She was like vomiting and stuff because her mom was like poisoning her.
Yeah, that movie was really scary. What I think it's in Workaholics where Blake says, "Yeah, I can't believe the surprise ending. Did you guys know that was Bruce Willis the whole time?" Which is just like a great joke. Hopefully that was for Workaholics. But anyways, yeah, my dad built this weird stadium seating where we had like one couch on the floor, and then he built this like wood platform, and then we had the other couch behind it. It was actually pretty sweet. I liked it.
It was nice.
But before we got stadium seating, it was just like a couch, and then there definitely wasn't a rug. I remember it was just a concrete floor and very primitive, and we had
as most main basements are.
Yeah, it was just like a kind of half-finished television room, and I was probably in like, I want to say 4th-ish grade. I was probably like 8 or 9, and I was home sick one day, and I was downstairs on the couch. I remember I was watching Sabrina. I loved Sabrina, and I threw up at one point onto the concrete floor.
Oh no!
But I was really into this Sabrina episode, and I was like, well, it's just a concrete floor, which Ian pointed out that's actually probably the worst surface to barf on and leave it because it's so porous. But I was like, it's just concrete. It's fine. I'll clean it up at the commercial break. And then obviously I had to like finish the whole episode because I didn't want to miss it. And it was back in the day where you couldn't just like pause it.
Right.
This was just live television. And in the meantime, my dad came home and he came downstairs and he saw that I had vomited on the floor and then was just watching TV with this pile of vomit on the floor, and I didn't bother cleaning it up. And I was trying to tell him, Dad, I was waiting for the end of the episode.
No.
And he was really mad at me, and he like yelled at me and made me go clean it up. And I was really upset that he was not listening to me and not respecting that I need to finish the Sabrina episode.
It's Sabrina.
I'm homesick. I just threw up, Dad. I don't feel well. Let me finish this episode, and I'll clean up the barf when the show is done.
You didn't have your like barf bowl?
No, I wasn't expecting it. It was an unexpected barf.
Oh.
And so just on the floor, and then I'll get to it, you know?
Even if I had a cold, my mom had our like designated barf bowl.
Well,
which is not the same as the popcorn. I know there's a TikTok going on about
What?
the popcorn / barf bowl / Halloween candy bowl. It's all the same bowl.
Yeah.
We were a 2-bowl household.
All right.
And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Even if I had just like a cold, like not even stomach symptoms, my mom's like, here's the bowl just in case.
Well, I think that's on my parents for not giving me a bowl.
You
What
should
was
have
I
a-
to do?
Right.
Right?
Of course you vomited on the floor.
Peace out, secret. And that's it.
All right.
All right. Well, my computer's about to die.
Oh my gosh.
And we're at the end of the episode anyways.
All right.
So,
Well, thanks for listening to the episode.
yeah.
If you want to send us a lovely email, we always read them. You can do that at weirdsofafeather@gmail.com. We are on Instagram at Weirds of a Feather. You can look out for our polls. We post about episodes. Give us a DM. We answer questions. We do all the stuff. If you're on TikTok, don't look for us there because we don't know how to get back on. And we also have a Facebook group. It's super awesome. There's lovely people on it. Lots of discussions. You should check it out. And lastly, we have the Coffee,
Buy me a coffee.
Yeah. Oh, the buy me a coffee.
I'll take over here.
Okay,
Wait.
thank you.
I'll jump in. You've gotten very fast at wrapping it up.
I'm doing my best.
You're cruising.
All right.
All right. And last thing, we started a Buy Me a Coffee account where people can donate to the podcast and kind of keep this horse train running, as we said.
Thank you for the suggestion, Jamie.
Yes. Thank you, Jamie, for suggesting it.
We're saving up for an editor.
Yep. And
God knows we need it.
God
No, Grace, you
knows.
do a really good
we need it. Do we need it?
You do a very good job.
But my mental health is it's going downhill.
Clearly.
No. Yep. It started on a low hill and now it's going even further down the hill. No, I'm okay. It changes every day. But on that note, if you want to donate a few buckaroos to us and keep us afloat and help contribute to us, hopefully getting a sound editor one day, you can come donate to us at coffee.com. That's ko-fi.com/weirds-of-a-feather. I will put the link in the show notes. And yeah, just throw your spare change at us or whatever you want. No obligation. This it's not mandatory, I guess, Kristin makes me say. And that's it. And let's get out of here. Let's walk us out. All right.
Well, our last spot was a cassowary, right?
Yeah. I don't even remember what
I
don't know if that was it.
Oh yeah, it's close to Thanksgiving, right?
Turkey.
Oh shoot, I have turkey secrets. Damn it.
Fuck Thanksgiving. You got more turkey secrets?
I have so many more turkey secrets.
You got a turkey hole?
I don't have a turkey hole, but I have turkey secrets. So next time.
All right, next time.
A belated turkey secret.
All right, belated turkey secret. All right, see ya.
Bye.